One of Nigeria's most famous influencer, Raymond Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy or the Gucci Lord, with a fan base of 2.8 million followers on Instagram, an estimated net worth of $20 million, has an expensive mansion, 10 luxurious cars consisting of 2 Rolls Royce, 2 Mercedes-Benz, 2 Ferraris and a $500,000 Lamborghini, was arrested in 2020 in Dubai after being accused of conspiring to launder money, defrauded the US law firm of about $40 million, illegally transferred $14.7 million from a foreign bank, and tried to steal $123 million from an English football club. There was another influencer, a transgender TikToker going by the name Debbie Crankin, who reportedly scammed the whole of TikTok by creating a GoFundMe account, claiming she has been facing a lot of struggles as a black transgender woman who needs help. After receiving about $76,000, instead of being thankful and grateful, her response was quite the opposite.
Hey everyone, my name is Debbie and I'm a black transgender woman. This is Gavin, a white transgender man. Gavin was able to raise $50,000 in 3 days for his GoFundMe campaign. I've been fundraising for months at this point for life-saving gender-affirming care and my basic survival needs, and I'm still struggling to meet my full goal. This is a perfect example of how the LGBTQ community obviously doesn't care about the struggles of black transgender people.
It created a lot of dislike and hatred for her.
You've already raised a significant amount of money and you're berating the people in your comments that are actually giving you positive energy, sending positive vibes your way, and it's not enough, so you're upset with them. It's giving ungrateful. It's giving entitlement.
And people started doing a lot of digging, and it turns out that she doesn't just have one GoFundMe account, but dozens of them.
You say that you have made no progress, but you have 9 different GoFundMes and have raised over $350,000.
It totaled out to over $350,000 that Deborah was able to raise and actually scam people out of.
And trust me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen the worst of it yet. Ponzi schemes. In 1920, a famous con artist known as Charles Ponzi started an investment company. What drew investors and people to invest in the company was purely greed. They were promised returns of 50% of their initial investment in just 45 days. You might be wondering, how were they able to pull off this stunt, right? Well, it was easy. As new people invest, they use the money to pay earlier investors who have stayed longer, up to 45 days. Then after they have been paid, they tell their friends and people keep on coming. Literally, it was free advertisement for the investment company. After making lots of profit, they shut the company down immediately without paying the new investors, but was later sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. So the question is, how close are we from seeing the end of the scams? Remember Hush Puppy, who was arrested in 2020? There were claims that he executed a $400,000 internet fraud straight from prison, where he was actively buying EIP debit cards from an underground cybercrime marketplace where hackers trade EIP for bitcoins. And here was the chat between Hush Puppy and one of his accomplices. The internet fraud keeps thriving till this very day, and it generates a lot of money. Fake websites and phishing emails are one of the main mediums used. By definition, phishing is a fraudulent practice of sending emails purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords and credit card numbers. How this scam is done is easy. A link to a fake website will send to your email claiming to be from a well-known company. The primary intentions of sending these emails is to steal your bank details, and all it takes is just a single click. When you click the link, you'll be directed to a website where you'll be asked to provide sensitive information like card details, UPI codes, and other bank details. Also, clicking on such links could lead to a virus attack on your computer device. A very good example is the use of Amazon. A mail will be sent to your email claiming to be from Amazon, but the link of the website is always a difference. Instead of the secure Amazon.com we all know, you may see a link like this or links like this. In this fake website, it's either you are asked to fill in your important bank details and fund them, or you may see amazing product to buy, and when you purchase them, it is either a fake product is being delivered to you or no product is being delivered at all. To avoid this sort of scams, the key to note here is the links and how secure the link is. When using Google Chrome browser, this padlock sign here indicates how secure this site is. If the padlock sign is there, then it means the site is totally secure. Any data you input will not be saved anywhere without your permission, and your device will be able to contact virus from this site. But instead of the padlock sign, if you get a sign like this, then think twice before you input any sensitive important information. Another common scam is the romance scam. and it is common among men who tries to take advantage of old businesswomen who just got divorced or is still single and looking for a relationship or marriage. Basically, the people that fall for this kind of scams are desperate to be in a relationship but find it very difficult to be in one, so their only choice is online dating. In this type of scam, the scammer will most likely portray himself as a rich man and a perfect gentleman who lacks nothing.
Originally, he lived in Orlando, and once it started moving forward, I wanted to meet him. It was like, let's get this thing, I want everything out in the open. He went to California very shortly after we started talking. He was going there because he was investing in some gold.
He said, well, I am a jeweler by trade, and I'm here because I am going to be meeting with someone about an assignment that I want to get in Russia.
But when they do start asking for money, it is always an emergency for something good.
And all of a sudden they needed money, they couldn't get out of the country. You know, they had one emergency after another.
We can't really blame these victims because in their mind, they thought they were doing something good and helping people in need.
Because initially, the first time he wanted money was because he said he had adopted kids over there, and they needed money. His credit card wouldn't work. I mean, the stories were elaborate. His credit card wouldn't work, he didn't have any money, he needed money to feed the kids. And I can remember walking across the Publix parking lot arguing with myself. And I'm like, if there's really kids that are hungry, you can't leave them go hungry, and that was the start.
But the worst of them all are done through social media influencers. Today, with the unstoppable rise of the internet, people are making millions of dollars. In this modern computer age we live in, there are unimaginable ways to pitch your voice out to the world, solve normal day-to-day problems, entertain people, and in return, get paid for your services. Literally, the opportunities are endless. This is Zach King. Popularly known for his magic tricks on YouTube and TikTok, he wanted to be a Hollywood director, but before then, he started creating short films and magic tricks on Vine for a very long time, and now he directs his own videos. Mr. Beast is a millionaire all thanks to YouTube. Kaby Lam, the poor Senegalese, became famous and beat poverty all because of TikTok. These people use the internet to solve people's problems, improve lives, or entertain people, and now they are earning lots of money from it. But still, there are some people misusing the internet, and it bothers me a lot. In 2020, two influencers known as Kelly Fitzpatrick and Sabrina Kelly were accused and sued by Amazon for the sale of counterfeit products on their site. These two influencers partnered to sell bags on Amazon and promote it on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and this was what it looked like. Order this, get this, telling their audience that if they order this normal generic bag, they will get a Gucci bag delivered to their doorstep. Even on Amazon, you will see this bag, and when you place an order, you get a counterfeit Gucci bag delivered to you. Now, this seems a little bit fair. You already knew what you were getting into right off the bat. The worst that could happen is the bag wearing out easily if not properly handled. But selling fake cosmetic products that can damage the skin is just insane.
So it's not just a tacky handbag with a falling off logo. This is something they're going to apply to their skin, and you do not want to be blinding somebody as a Christmas gift.
Another even more lethal form of fraud is fake gurus selling courses that will supposedly change your life and give you financial freedom.
I don't care who you are, I don't care where you live, I don't care how much money you have. Anyone with a lick of sense can do this.
And how they trap people into their rabbit hole is sinister. They start by telling you their struggles in the beginning when they had no money.
Let me tell you my situation. I needed more cash. My bills exceeded my income. Am I the only one with that problem? I doubt it.
After which they start showing off their wealth any chance they get, so you feel bad about your current situation.
Now this is a 56 door house, got I think 18 bedrooms.
That's how I generated over $50,000 a week.
Then they'll say it's easy and anyone can do it.
It's just too easy to be real.
Pretty easy to do if you just follow my system step by step.
Then here's where the plot twist comes in. After telling you everything you want to hear, you might be wondering, how can I do it? How can I get rich like them? Well, that's when they introduce their courses.
There should be a link. Go ahead and click it. Take you over to my website. It'll show you the exact step-by-step formula that you can use, the secrets to figuring out what you should do with your life.
And finally, the last piece of the puzzle. or you might be having cold feet to buy the course. They start showing you other people's testimonials to make you think twice.
But you don't have to take just my word for it.
Without Gary's course, we would be bankrupt.
Without a doubt, it worked.
So how can all of this come to an end? Well, we need to look at the two sides of the coin. The head being the fraudsters and the tail being the victims. A big part of me don't believe these fraudsters gain happiness duping people and selling lies to their fellow humans. I don't believe people are bad or evil. I believe circumstances and problems makes people bad. If you search the internet for the top 10 countries known for internet fraud, you will see Nigeria, India, Brazil, China, Indonesia, South Africa, Philippines, Romania, Pakistan, and Venezuela. There is one common problem in these countries that make their citizens involve themselves into scams. For example, Nigeria is popularly known for online dating scams. The Indians are known for credit card scams. Meanwhile, Brazilian scammers are well known for portraying themselves as beautiful ladies to scam their clients. In 2018, Nigeria held a position with about 87 million people in extreme poverty, compared with India's 73 million. According to the new data, about 83 million Indians have been plunged into extreme poverty in 2020. For comparison, that's 6% of the country's population, which stands at 1.3 billion. Now you see why Nigeria and India is at the top chart of internet fraudsters. You can't literally talk about these countries without hearing the word scam. But stay with me here, let's dive a little bit deeper. China, the home of genius minds and young engineers, is now an upper middle income country with steady increase in poverty. This is because of the large population of people in the country. Environmental problems in Pakistan such as erosion, use of agrochemicals and deforestation all contribute to the rise of poverty in Pakistan. The increase in pollution led to increase in toxicity and poor industrial standards in the country. What these scam countries all have in common is their poverty rates coupled with their high population. Look at the population and poverty rates in India and Nigeria. This is what motivates every person in these countries to get out of poverty by any means necessary, and that is why they can go at any length to achieve this goal. But this doesn't justify why they should steal other people's money for their selfish desires. Being in Nigeria for years, I know how populated the country is. The economy is crashing every single day. Every citizen is looking for ways to migrate to another European country because there are no jobs. It is only people who have had a good home training and a healthy society would avoid shady businesses. And the worst of them all, the leaders of the country are less concerned about the situation and the sufferings of the citizens. And that is why most of these scammers are heartless.
Do you want your money or do you don't want your money? Then you need to do as I say. You are not my teacher. No! Okay. No! No, no, yes. No, no, no!
What?
Mad! Are you mad? Why are you reading cards? No!
And for the victims, well, it is pure greed. Remember the Ponzi scheme that promised investors 50% returns on their initial investment in 45 days. Think about it. It means if you invest $100, in the next 45 days you will receive $150 doing nothing. And if you invest $1 million, in the next 45 days you will gain $500,000 doing nothing. But if you can keep your initial investment for more than 90 days, you would have doubled your money. By now we should all know that all these sort of calculations never end well. It always ends with regrets after losing all the money. For this internet fraud to subsidize drastically, we all need to do our part. Both the leaders and the citizens should put their heads together to improve the country's economy. The feds cannot combat this alone. There are thousands of crimes out there like drug trafficking and human trafficking the feds are more focused on. Cybersecurity experts are also trying their best to fight against internet fraud. Even YouTubers like Pierogi of Scammer Payback, Kid Boga, Trilogy Media and others are fighting the scammers on their own to help these victims, using their platforms and knowledge to enlighten people about these scammers and the ridiculous ways they perform their scams, and in general make the world a more safer place for the next generation to be born. I also feel the need to say that these scam countries, India, Nigeria, China, Brazil, Indonesia, Pakistan and South Africa are not bad countries. You might be surprised that the citizens of these countries are more friendly and approachable than you would expect. They are even more safer to live in than you might have assumed. They have just been unfortunately painted as scam countries just because of the few individuals that have decided to involve themselves into internet fraud and scams. I have friends who are involved in these internet scams and making silly money off of it. Even with the pressure to be successful, I have decided to stay out of these shady businesses, distance myself from those friends and work hard so I can be a good motivation for young generations coming up and hopefully make the world and the internet a better place. Whilst I recommend you subscribe and like this video, remember, India, Nigeria, Brazil, China and others are not bad countries. You can tour around these countries, go on vacations there, and you will definitely enjoy your stay. And by the way, cybersecurity experts are trying their best to catch these scammers alongside the feds. So click on this video next to see how this YouTube hacker Pierogi is phishing scammers for the feds. I'm gonna see you there. Peace.